So with all this music you wrote for it, Mike, you should have released a whole cast album for just this story.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But as Nick says, there were so many, obviously, the loopholes that were around in those days were extraordinary, because nowadays you couldn't do things like that and not credit
No.
the writing source. The royalty source would have to be billed. Strange. I will recap now.
Oh, long reprise here.
Yeah, it's quite of you.
Your wonderful transitional performance is going to be replayed, Nick.
I seem to remember they put glycerine on my face to make it look all sweaty when I was possessed. Just as well nobody lit a match.
When's Mike's group coming on?
And now, boy persons and girl persons, the big moment you've been waiting for.
I think this story is the last of this particular series. I mean, you've sort of implied before that because of strikes and things, you were fairly uncertain always about the show's future.
Oh,
Yes. Indeed.
Yes.
So did you know you were never given any sort of assurance at the end of each series?
No.
that-
That's the drum,
No.
right? What's Jake think he's playing?
Yeah, it was all rumours. That ticking isn't actually in sync with the machine, is it? What was the machine? Does anybody know?
It was a very poor metronome, actually, because a
Yeah.
metronome is a rigid stem, as you
Yeah.
know, with a weight.
Yeah.
That was just a little piece of wire with a
But it
little
looks like
ball
an
bearing.
old, looks like an old something or other.
like a barometer or something. That,
Yeah, an
the
old
clock
instrument.
face, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jaunt, Elizabeth, jaunt.
I'm not sure I can.
She must have realised, she's got half a brain, that I was being possessed, and so was she, because if I say jaunt and she can't,
Something's wrong.
she must have realised something's not right.
But obviously, maybe further down the line in the plot, this thing creates a wall of which the Chamorro people can't penetrate.
And she's frightened.
But she can jaunt now, no problem.
Stopped.
But it hasn't. The heart of Sogguth is still beating.
Yes, true.
What are you doing?
Well, what do you think
I
you're
can only think because she's jaunting a short
Try to do it
distance.
if you don't mind. And let's get on with it, eh, Elizabeth?
And why are you playing the Heart of Sogguth?
The what?
The Heart of Sogguth, that!
Well, this is just an old African drum. It makes a nice primitive sound. We thought we might use it in a couple of numbers.
Why did you let him introduce you as the Hearts of Sogguth? You're the fresh hearts and always have
And
been.
these were the I don't know whether it was this series or this one, but invariably we wouldn't be allowed to park in the car park at Thames TV because there was no room, and they would be waiting for us to, because we needed our equipment
Right,
to put
yes,
on the
to
set,
your van.
and we couldn't get in the car park to park, so we'd be driving around Thames TV, trying to put, genuinely, Nick will tell you.
Sogguth.
Yeah, but I'm afraid Thames took the view in those days that actors were a bloody nuisance that got in the way of an efficient studio.
So we'd be late for the shoot.
The only
And it
person
wouldn't be your fault. And you
My
get,
dad,
but
who
you got the
manages
blame.
then, would say, well, look, we've been here for an hour. We've been trying to park.
lucky everyone was
I'm
enjoying
afraid
it.
actors were very low on the list of priorities. I remember Benny Hill had to have his own, and he ended up with his own caravan in the car park because he had trouble. And Sid James went home when he turned up once for a recording of
Really?
whatever that family sitcom.
Bless
he
His
did was.
House.
Yeah, Bless His House. Yeah.
Yes.
He just said, "Tell the director I'll be at home when he wants me." It was outrageous, really.
Elizabeth, something is troubling you.
It's nothing, Tim.
That they solved that particular problem by building a multi-storey car park probably about a year after
I
this.
think I've started imagining
So I think
things
there's room for everybody now.
I feel I'm going mad.
This is a bit cheeky, this reprise. This is
It's a long
ridiculous.
one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very long.
At the disco tonight, Mike started to play a drum. And
I mean,
that
I would say this
was
is
the
almost
Heart of
5
Sogguth.
minutes, if you timed it.
Everyone
Very
started
underwritten.
chanting, Sogguth, Sogguth. Oh, like that. Then they
So, Mike,
listened to
was your
things
dad Flintlock's manager then?
Indeed, yes. My dad was the manager, and probably a very good job he was, to be honest. Because, I mean, I was, 13, 14 at the time. Average age of the group was 15. So it was good to have a solid
John did
overview on the situation, watching us all and looking after everybody.
Called The Heart of Sogguth, and Mike did play it at the concert you and John went to tonight.
That's a weight off my mind. I wasn't imagining it.
And we didn't look forward to doing that drive every morning either.
And Mike
That drive in from Dagenham, where we lived in those days,
There's
you see.
one reason.
It was a horrible drive. You didn't have so far to drive, did you, Nick?
No, no, it was Ealing.
about half an hour?
Ealing to Twickenham was easy. No, about 20 minutes. I
Yeah,
think.
well, there you go. We had about a
Ealing to
2-hour
Teddington,
drive.
sorry. Yeah. No, it's
2
perfectly
hours.
pleasant drive. Actually, I'm not sure it was this episode, but some, with which Vic Hughes directed, we rehearsed in Hammersmith. Do you remember that?
Yes,
under the
I do.
Hammersmith flyover. And he ended up getting a parking ticket, and the poor boy was sweating blood because his wife was going to kill him because he incurred a £3 parking fine or whatever they were in those days.
Oh my God.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
£3.
Well, I don't know. I don't know
What are
much
they
it was. It
now?
wasn't very much.
Oh, they've got him.
Yeah.
He's just been told that PVC's coming back.
That's it. Yeah.
No one will remember. It's not yet time.
I will remember nothing.
No one who is here will remember anything.
What's with the exploding hairdo?
His, yeah. What about mine? Very flat.
She must be dealt with.
I was
She must not
slept
speak
on it.
of what she saw or heard.
I will deal with her.
You will see to it.
It's back to my Macbeth performance, isn't it?
You don't often see us asleep in the lab, actually.
No. But that's what we sleep under, one of those blankets.
Glittery
that
blankets.
Yes.
The ones that they use for the marathon runners when they collapse. You know, it keeps them warm.
This is quite sinister, isn't
Very
it?
sinister. Look at them just
In
about
fact, they
to do
probably wouldn't allow this now with a blade, would they? I don't
a
think.
tango dance. Who's the blade? Oh, look, what's going to
Dun,
happen?
dun, dun.
you doing?
Oh. Oh, that is quite for the
Very
time,
nasty,
isn't it?
yes.
Yes.
Oh, just to open a letter. God, she's... You'd hardly get turned on by her outfit, would you?
Oh, dear.
She wasn't expecting visitors.
No, I wasn't expecting John. The thing is, it's never been made clear who sleeps where, or if indeed we live in the lab at all. I think John does, doesn't he? But don't the others live at home?
Yes, you kept jaunting back to see Stephen, didn't you?
Yeah,
So-
I think they live at home. I think she's sleeping in my bed.
Got something to do with the hearts
Some Sogguth.
The hearts of Sogguth.
Now, you'd be able to judge this, because to me, Mike's voice has changed. I mean, obviously, it's got deeper, and I think the accent is softer.
I
What
think
about Peter and myself?
What sort of voice?
yours? Very
Sorry?
almost exactly the
Almost
same.
exactly
yours.
the same, yeah.
And Peter's, well, towards the end, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah. They're all very similar, I think.
I think Elizabeth's voice is the same as well.
I have been given
Well, you see, we joined at that very tender age, isn't it? 13.
Just as your voice
It's
was
the-
breaking.
Just as
Yeah.
the proverbials are dropping, you
Yes,
see.
that's right. Yeah.
Into pubescent. So that's an interesting crossover time in a...
Yes, talking of dropping balls.
Yes, dropping
yes.
balls. There's a close-up of some.
Yes.
seen it. I have no idea.
But
Do you
Peter's,
think Tim's voice was different when those balls were up in the roof there?
Manager.
We have an unknown enemy.
What is that thing
It's
in
a
the corner?
speaker, isn't it?
Already succeeded in influencing me.
Never noticed that before.
Now, why am I in a suit all of a sudden?
Not over his mind.
Oh, because I went to go and see Mike's show.
yes.
You know what you're doing all the time. And you know that it's wrong.
That collar is ridiculous, isn't it?
Probably the height of fashion at the time.
Yeah, it's very much so.
It was indeed.
always
Jason King started that.
Yeah, and the turned-up cuffs was his as
Yeah,
well, wasn't it?
that was it.
Yeah.
It's like ready for takeoff, doesn't it?
Willpower that ordered me to kill you pitted itself against the prime inhibition in our natural makeup.
Oh, we can't
I
kill.
doubt if this force, whatever it is, will make that.
Hair's
mistake.
completely different
Pink
again. I mean,
streak?
it's so much
Look.
longer. Must have been weeks later.
And why not over me?
I just don't know, Elizabeth. If I knew that, I'd be halfway toward defeating this thing.
See lots of significant looks and heavy breathing. See if we can drum up a little support here.
Boom, boom.
Sogguth! The Lord Sogguth!
Whose voice was this, Mike? Can you remember? You recognise that?
No, who is
I
that?
don't know. I'm asking you.
It's not Phil, is it? Doing one of his...
I
Doubling
think
up.
it is him.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's him.
You can just
Yeah, just
hear
about.
it.
Yeah,
Sogguth! Sogguth!
Keep the budget down, you see.
that's it. Canadian devil. Not a Tasmanian devil, a Canadian devil.
I don't know what he means.
Who beats the heart of Sogguth? Who is not of you? Who is not the same?
No, it was a good one to film this. Very good.
And it's, you see, it's,
Very interesting.
Roddy's gestures are funny because you almost think he's hamming it, but he's not. It works really well, those gestures.
Hello, Liz. What have you been up to?
I was right. I knew I
So you have happier memories of this one, Mike, then?
Yes, indeed, because, again, it was more settled times. The group were recording this, so we were together.
Right.
Whereas a lot of other occasions, I was doing this, and then I was off with them. So it was quite a nice,
Yeah,
tight
focusing
little
on this
working
one.
environment for me.
It's not any old book. It describes the practices of ancient religion. I'll try and translate. Sogguth, master of evil, a lord of the universe.
And I seem to remember there was a problem in the studio as well at Thames at some point. The recording studio upstairs. So we would have to go to the one in Twickenham to go and do
Do
music,
the music, yeah.
or whatever. So that was a hassle because then again that was, you know, load up, go,
Come back.
record, come back. A lot of work went into these, Nick. When you think about it, a lot of work went into these. When you think of it.
And it's not until now you've been able to tell
Yeah.
the world.
Not until now he realised how exploited he was.
Yes.
All for 50 quid a week.
That's
amazing.
right.
Oh, come on, Elizabeth. You're letting your imagination run away with you. Nothing but a load of superstitious mumbo-jumbo.
A million people weeping for him, the beat of his heart. Well, how many pop fans are there watching television and having hysterics?
You see, she's clever.
Something beyond the comprehension of the galactic.
Of course, this could have all gone badly for Flintlock because it could have rubbed off that you were some kind of demon-worshipping group, couldn't it?
Exactly, when you think of it, how
Negative publicity.
extreme things go.
Was this before The Omen, or was it about the time of? Remember the film The
It
Omen?
must be around the same.
Yeah.
76, 77 is this? Or-
Probably, yeah.
About the same time, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Devil from hell and bring about the destruction of the universe.
76.
Apparently.
76. Something seems to be telling me telepathically that it was 1976.
Yes, you're very,
Am I getting the
very
right
in
message
tune.
here? Yes. Very good.
Nothing.
Yeah.
This is all very good stuff.
Who's that?
Nicely lit. That's me there now.
That's you between a rock and a hard place. You.
Oh, here he is.
It's a heart transplant, isn't it?
Indeed, it's happening.
Oh, I'm getting quite upset by this. Is this pre-title?
Very good.
Pre-title excitement? No. It sounds like a gnat, actually, doesn't
Nat's
it?
gone mad.
Yes. Demented
Where are
mozzie.
you, Mike? Are you okay?
Tim, have you got any trays?
Can't get him.
It's all very prettily lit as well, isn't it?
Yes.
As you know, there is always some trace from a telepath. Even if he dies, there is something, a residue of thought left behind, like an empty echo. But from Mike, nothing.
So is there an empty echo from PVC, do you think?
Yeah, but if he's still under Jake's influence, he could be in terrible danger and not even be able to contact us for help.
And he is.
Yes, there's that mozzie
That
again.
Mozzie's going mad now.
He will now obey the will of Sogguth. No more danger. No more danger.
Is
going
that you? Is that a guitar string?
Sounds like it.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Again, you see the creative lighting is what makes it spooky and interesting.
Very good.
Feel all right now, Mike?
Look at those symbols on the circle there. I've never really noticed them before, but they may be similar to the circles that John was looking at.
Obey the will of Sogguth without question.
Do you see what I mean?
Zodiac,
On the edge.
they're zodiac signs, aren't they? Yeah, that's Gemini.
Are they?
I think so.
Obey, without question, the will of Sogguth.
Good stuff. Hey, we're really getting into this.
If he's still under Jake's influence, that's the most likely explanation.
Not believing a word of it, as John tries to comfort her.
All right, if you think it'll do any
Woman's
good.
perception will take over.
Mike? Mike, what's happened to you?
Hello, John. What's the trouble?
Ah,
Mike, where
my telepathic acting again.
Yes, you can. Your eyes are moving. Yeah.
Tomorrow's the day.
Big day? What's happening tomorrow?
Me and the group are going on telly, that's what. Will you be watching?
Oh, yes, of course we will. I'll get Tim to record it so you can see it after.
Oh, that'll be good. Good night, then.
Good night, Mike.
See, that was very advanced stuff, wasn't it? Recording a television programme in those days.
Not about the television programme. I knew about that. Forgot it was tomorrow, though.
No, not about the
The
television.
television programme. The drum, the heart of
And
Sogguth.
Mike obviously sleeps at home, going back to our earlier point.
Yes.
Because he's
Or-
just said good
Or at
night.
someone's home, anyway.
It's just a young pop group with their first big break on television. And then we step in and destroy it for them. What then?
You don't have to wait until then. That drum seems to be the key to the whole thing.
Yes, that's right. Okay, simple.
Because these sets were in the studios, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because
But nice
that's-
long shadows there on the wall.
Yeah.
Very good
Yes,
too.
brilliant.
There's a sense of something evil in the air. Oh, where's the drum?
Yeah.
Has Elizabeth walked into a trap here?
Don't know.
Look, this is ridiculous, Elizabeth. What harm could there
Pretty
be?
dodgy taking that out of the cabinet.
You ask any African.
But Nick's under the influence,
Yes,
isn't he?
that's what I
John,
was thinking.
sorry, so he'll get mesmerised by one of... Here he is, yes.
Look, this is vandalism, Elizabeth.
Give it to me.
There he is, you see.
Yeah.
John?
Congratulations, brother. I thought for a moment you'd forgotten your obedience.
I will obey the will of Sogguth.
I wonder why she will not. It means she has to be dealt with.
No, so why didn't she get possessed then? Do we know
Oh, that's
this
the question
thread?
I was asking earlier on.
And he
I don't
doesn't
guess
know
so.
either, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Don't worry. I shan't make you kill her. Give me the knife.
Is it because my the Tomorrow People thing is too strong here?
What has happened to her? What sort of people are you?
She is jaunted. I will...
No. You will remain here until you learn to obey the will of Sogguth.
I obey the will of Sogguth. I remain.
Well, I'm intrigued because we need to find out what it is then that made
What's the-
Elizabeth
Well,
have
I'm
a
not
shell on it all.
I'm not a perfect example because I can't kill, and neither can you come to that.
No.
But obviously there's an internal struggle between the possession of Sogguth and the Tomorrow People's ethos.
Mike, then come up with a song, boys, all right?
So maybe that's what, maybe it's stronger than Elizabeth were meant to be, I don't know.
Oh, yes, well, don't worry about that. I mean, these things are...
But she doesn't even seem to be having the struggle, does she? In the same way that...
No, you're
That
right.
must be your new name, no? Hearts of Sogguth. I thought that Fresh Hearts was a much better name. You know, it's sort of livelier, younger and fresher, huh?
You were the boys wanted the change.
Yes, well, good luck anyway. All right, 2 minutes, everyone. Good luck to everybody. And studio, remember, 2 minutes until we're on air, and it is live, okay?
Yes, it is Mike Mansfield performance.
Wonderful.
Very good.
Elizabeth is here.
She must not be allowed to interfere with the will of Sogguth.
I will deal with that.
Leaves Sogguth's will alone.
What sort of weapon is that?
It's a stun gun. Our standard weapon. I can use it on Elizabeth.
No, I think someone else...
You know what she is, what I am. You know what special powers we have.
Yeah, at least it gave me a chance to do something a bit different, you know.
Indeed.
Yeah, this must have been quite fun for
It
you.
was, yeah. It's the same with the Living Skins, which I don't think we've seen yet, but same thing happens in that.
You get taken over, don't you?
taken
That's
over,
right.
yeah.
That wasn't the Hitler one,
Get
was
a
it?
bad cold in that one.
Oh, you get taken
Was
over
it
in
the
that,
Hitler
don't
one?
you?
Because I get taken over by... That's right.
Yeah.
Cue the music.
No, you were in Living Skins, weren't you, Mike? Or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. It shows you the camera setup. There's big, bulky cameras.
How dangerous is it?
Oh, what's happened to his voice? Very distorted, isn't it?
Is it because he's coming over telepathy?
No, I think it's just the sound man made a cock up.
Yes. They didn't have time to go back and re-record.
Oh, a little heat shield there for you.
Very good.
I didn't realise that was your aiming device. Do, 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 do.
Ah, clever.
Yes.
She was on it. You see, you've got a little bit of action going on again
Yes.
here, which is very good. Much needed.
And that was the gantry at Thames, wasn't it?
Yes,
the license
indeed.
gantry.
Convenient, cheap set for you, though.
No, it's the real thing. It's a bit dodgy up there, actually. Running
Yeah.
about, not watching what you're doing.
Well, the Mozzie's back,
Yep.
and it's not happy.
She looked at the camera then.
Yes, she did, yes. Come on,
So
Elizabeth.
what is it that makes you so strong? Makes her so strong, sorry. Dear.
There's obviously a conclusion, and then it will put us
This
out
is
of
a
our...
pre-title. Must be a pre-title shot. This one.
No, I think this is...
Shaking myself to bits here. Look, my eyeballs are popping out.
No, John. No.
Oh, she's having a struggle there.
Yep, she certainly is.
What's that?
Now what?
Was that the effect of the gun?
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
No, I didn't fire anyway.
Unfortunately, you could see the hook on the top of it where it's hung up.
It was mine.
Quite correct, Elizabeth. Jake's condition was certainly not the result of being hit by a laser blaster.
What did it to him then?
I hate to sound old-fashioned, but Sogguth was real enough. And as he retreated...
He couldn't get in the car park, so he just fell asleep there.
While he was waiting.
Gave up. Trying to park his car.
As you well know, John, there is more to a...
I think there was talk of making that skeleton PVC, wasn't there?
That's right. That's right.
In fact, the devil took Jake's soul down to hell.
I wouldn't put it quite like that, Elizabeth, but...
The hair's looking good there, Nick.
Yep.
Yep.
Obviously
You've got
shot,
it sorted now.
Shot in a completely different week.
Yep.
Well, it was the possession that spoilt my hair, you see.
It did. It rattled
Yes.
the
Possession gave me a bad hair
the
day.
hairdo.
Anyone who will let him.
I can't understand is why Elizabeth would be immune to his
Yes,
influence.
here we
There
go.
we go. Conclusion.
Could never influence her will.
Someone had to save the world.
I think that may well be the answer.
Don't think John's convinced of that one.
I'm not sure we are.
Acknowledge the existence of Sogguth, or the devil, or the power of evil, call him what you will. Then we must acknowledge that
Getting
the power...
dangerously religious for Roger Price, all this, isn't it?
Another good message, you see.
And that's what protected me.
What protected her?
She believed in good. Her belief was in...
And I didn't, I take it.
You're too cynical.
No,
I
you,
see.
you were able to be impregnated with bad thoughts. She was able to keep it good. Isn't that a nice message?
Nauseating crap.
She's
if you
pure
ask
of
me.
heart.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Well, there you are. It's lovely to see that, isn't it? Jake, Roddy Road, that's right, yeah.
A little credit the voice of Sogguth.
I don't think he's going to tell us, but I'm almost sure that was Philip Gilbert.
Right.
Giving him a chance to be
Yeah, you're right.
something else.
Right.
And because it wouldn't cost any more money.
Yeah, that too, of course. This was also Vic Hughes directing, presumably, was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes.
Produce and direct. That's the end of that
Well,
series.
there we are. We lived to tell another day.
Thank you.